What if you could design your reality while you sleep? Imagine stepping into a dream where you're fully aware, navigating its landscapes, and calling in your deepest desires. This isn't fantasy, it's the quantum dream state. Tonight, I'll show you how to unlock it. Welcome to Beyond the Mind. In the next 12 minutes, you'll get a science-backed blueprint for lucid dreaming, ancient dream practices fused with gnosis and Hermetic insights, and practical exercises to plant intentions that can transform your waking life. These methods combine peer-reviewed findings like targeted memory reactivation and proven lucid induction techniques with time-tested dream work from Tibetan Dream Yoga and Hermetic tradition. Plant one intention tonight. Join the 7-day challenge at the end of this video and see what changes. Now let's crack the quantum code of dreams. Dreams have been treated as riddles, omens, and portals for as long as humans have remembered the night. Across cultures, seers and sages described nights as a different kind of waking, a realm where the inner landscape speaks in symbols, where guidance, insight, and transformation can be accessed if you know how to listen. In Tibetan Dream Yoga, practitioners train to maintain awareness inside dreams as a path to liberation. In the Hermetic and Gnosis traditions, dreams are treated as direct communications from deeper layers of the self, a bridge between what is hidden and what can be known. The ancient maxim "as above, so below" points to the same truth. Inner states mirror outer realities, and the dream is a laboratory where that correspondence becomes visible. Modern neuroscience has brought a complementary lens. Dreams are not just random firings. They arise from organized brain dynamics. REM sleep, the stage most often associated with vivid dreaming, shows characteristic patterns on the hypnogram and is linked to vivid imagery, emotional processing, and memory consolidation. Crucially, lucid dreaming, the state in which you know you are dreaming while still in the dream, is a reproducible brain state. Researchers have observed distinct neural signatures during lucidity, including activity in frontal regions that support self-awareness and higher-order cognition. Pioneers such as Stephen LaBerge developed reliable induction techniques and demonstrated that lucidity can be trained and measured, turning what once seemed mystical into a phenomenon approachable by deliberate practice. When we put these threads together, the quantum dream state emerges as both a metaphor and a practical framework. Quantum theory taught us to think in terms of potentialities rather than fixed certainties. Systems exist in superposition until an observation collapses possibility into reality. The dream field feels similar, a space where many futures, narratives, and solutions coexist. Lucidity functions like a conscious observation. It collapses ambiguity into direction. Intention, rehearsed and emotionally charged, acts like a focus that guides subconscious processes toward specific outcomes. This is not a claim that quantum physics directly manipulates your life while you sleep. Rather, it is a useful model for understanding how awareness and intentionality operate within a richly probabilistic inner environment. Ancient dream practices give us methods for cultivating that awareness. Dream journals refine recall and pattern recognition. Reality checks and mnemonic techniques train a waking mind to carry awareness into sleep. Gnostic approaches encourage dialogue with dream figures and symbolic rescripting, transforming recurring obstacles into sources of insight. Hermetic principles remind us to align inner intention with outer action. Dreams reveal the inner architecture that, when integrated, reshapes waking choices. The practical power lies in the interplay. Train the mind to recognize the dream, use intention to plant a clear seed, and let the brain's natural consolidation processes work on that seed. Over time, the practice cultivates a feedback loop. Increased lucidity leads to more directed dreaming, which produces clearer waking insights and measurable life changes. In the chapters ahead, we'll explore the specific neuroscience that supports these claims, and then move into reproducible techniques you can use tonight to begin shaping your dreams with purpose. For now, hold this dreams are not mere spectators to your life. They are an active, malleable theater where focused awareness can change the script. To really use dreams as a tool, we need to understand what's happening in the sleeping brain, the mechanisms that make lucidity possible, and the ways sleep actively reshapes memory, emotion, and problem-solving. In this chapter, we'll unpack the neuroscience behind lucid dreaming and targeted dream incubation, then move into practical, repeatable experiments you can run on yourself. By the end of this chapter, you'll have a clear model of how to influence dream content reliably, ways to measure progress, and step-by-step protocols that combine proven sleep science with lucid techniques. First, the sleep architecture. Sleep cycles through stages across the night: light sleep, deep slow-wave sleep, and REM, rapid eye movement sleep. REM is where the most vivid, emotionally charged dreams occur. Over a typical night, REM periods become longer and more frequent toward morning. That timing is crucial. The later REM windows are the richest opportunities for lucidity and for planting vivid, emotional imagery because the brain is more active, the dreams more story-like, and memory processing is underway. Lucid dreaming is not mystical. It's a reproducible brain state. Neurophysiological research has identified signatures that distinguish lucid REM from ordinary REM. In ordinary REM, the brain's limbic system is highly active, contributing to intense emotion, while many frontal regions involved in self-reflection and executive control are relatively quiet. In lucid REM, frontal networks, especially prefrontal regions associated with self-awareness, metacognition, and working memory, show increased activation. In other words, lucidity is the brain's waking sense of I reasserting itself inside the dream. Researchers who record EEG or fMRI during lucid episodes see higher frequency oscillations, often gamma-range activity, and activation patterns consistent with conscious reflection. That's why techniques that strengthen perspective memory and self-monitoring during the day can transfer into sleep as triggers for lucidity. Memory consolidation provides the engine that makes targeted dream work possible. Sleep is not passive. It actively replays and reorganizes experiences from waking life. Declarative memories are consolidated during slow-wave sleep, and procedural or emotional information is processed across REM. Crucially, experiments in targeted memory reactivation, TMR, show that if you pair a learning episode with a sensory cue, a sound or a scent, and then present that cue during specific sleep stages, the brain selectively reactivates the associated memory trace and strengthens it. That means you can bias what the sleeping mind focuses on by pairing intentions with sensory cues before bed and representing them during sleep. Combine those two facts, that lucidity brings waking awareness into the dream, and that sleep can be guided by cues to preferentially process selected material, and you get the working hypothesis behind targeted dream incubation. If you train your perspective memory, the ability to remember to do something in the future, rehearse an intention with sensory tagging, and present that tag during REM-rich windows, you significantly increase the probability that the dream will incorporate your intention and that lucidity will allow you to act on it. Now, how do we operationalize this? What procedures reliably increase lucidity and steer the dream toward manifestational goals? The techniques with the most empirical support and consistent anecdotal success are reality checks, dream journaling, the mild mnemonic induction, wake back to bed, WBTB, and targeted cueing, TMR-style. Use them in combination to create a synergistic effect. Reality checks build the habit of questioning your state. During the day, perform simple tests. Try to push your finger through your palm, look at a digital clock twice, or pinch your nose and try to breathe. The goal is to create strong, frequent procedural habits so that when you experience something odd inside a dream, the same habit triggers a moment of reflective questioning. Am I awake? That moment of reflection is the hinge that opens lucidity. Dream journaling is foundational. Write every dream first thing in the morning. Record even brief fragments, feelings, and recurring symbols. Journaling improves recall, strengthens the mental links between waking and dreaming, and provides the raw material for intention setting, the images you most easily seed into future dreams. Mild, the mnemonic induction of lucid dreams, was popularized by Stephen LaBerge. The technique is a combination of intention setting and visualization. As you fall asleep, repeat a short phrase like, "Tonight I will realize I'm dreaming," while vividly imagining returning to a recent dream and recognizing it as a dream. This primes prospective memory circuits right at the threshold between wakefulness and sleep, increasing the chance that the mind will carry intention into REM. WBTB is a sleep timing trick. Wake after 4 to 6 hours of sleep. Stay awake 20 to 60 minutes, engaging lightly with lucid dreaming material. Then return to bed, intending to re-enter sleep with awareness. That middle window brings your brain to a state where REM pressure is high and frontal networks can more easily remain engaged, making lucid entry more likely. WBTB also offers a practical moment to perform mild with greater effectiveness. Targeted cueing adapts TMR paradigms for dream work. Pair a short sound or a unique scent with your intention during a focused rehearsal before bed. Then use an app or simple alarm set to play the cue gently during later REM-rich cycles. Studies on targeted memory reactivation show the sleeping brain will preferentially reactivate the paired experience when the cue is presented during appropriate sleep stages. While most TMR work focuses on memory consolidation, multiple lab and field studies demonstrate that cueing can nudge dream content toward the cued material and make it more accessible to lucidity or integration. Let's translate those principles into concrete experiments you can run for yourself. The goal is rigorous personal testing. Measure baseline dream recall, implement a protocol, track outcomes, and iterate. Below are 3 experiments, each designed for real-world use with metrics and timelines. Experiment 1, the 14-day Lucidity Foundation. Purpose: establish consistent recall and basic lucid frequency using journaling, reality checks, and nightly mild. Protocol: baseline: for 3 days, record every dream upon waking. Count dream recall instances and vividness on a 1 to 5 scale. Daily practice: perform 10 reality checks dispersed through the day. Each night, perform mild for 5 to 10 minutes. Recall a recent dream, imagine recognizing it, and repeat a short intention phrase. Sleep schedule: keep consistent sleep times. Avoid large variations. Metrics: number of dreams recalled per morning, number of lucid dreams reported, a lucidity rating from 1, mere awareness, to 5, full control. Perceived dream vividness, emotional valence. Expected outcome: within 1 to 2 weeks, many people see a measurable increase in dream recall and occasional lucidity. Success increases with consistency. Experiment 2, TMR audio cueing for targeted dream content, 3 to 7 nights. Purpose: bias dream content toward a specific intention and increase the chance of lucidity in associated dreams. Protocol: create a short, distinctive sound, 5 to 7 seconds, or use a neutral chime. Pair it with a 10-minute rehearsal before bed. State your intention in the first person. Visualize a vivid dream scene where you become lucid and perform a specific action, and play the sound each time you rehearse. Option A, manual: set an alarm to play the cue after 90 minutes. Then at 90-minute intervals for up to 3 cycles. Option B, app-assisted: use a sleep app that can play gentle cues timed to presumed REM windows. Combine with light mild as you fall asleep. Metrics: nights with cueing versus nights without. Number of dream incorporations referencing the cued content. Lucidity occurrences in cued dreams. Subjective control rating. Expected outcome: across controlled TMR studies, cueing increases the likelihood of dream content related to the rehearsal. In practice, users often report greater thematic continuity across dreams and increased lucidity frequency when TMR is combined with mild. Experiment 3, WBTB plus problem-solving lucidity, single night focus test. Purpose: use a WBTB window to enter a lucid dream oriented to a waking problem or creative task. Protocol: select one clear, bounded problem or creative task to focus on. Keep it specific and actionable. Sleep 4.5 to 6 hours. Wake and spend 20 to 45 minutes lightly engaging with the problem. Write it, rehearse imagery. Then perform a mild or wild attempt as you return to sleep. During the lucid dream, consciously seek a symbolic or direct solution. Metrics: did the dream contain a novel insight? Rate the usefulness. Within 48 hours, apply the dream-derived idea in waking life and note effect. Expected outcome: many people report sudden insights in WBTB-assisted dreams. Even when solutions are symbolic, they concede waking association that leads to practical steps. Beyond protocols, measure carefully. Keep a structured log: date, sleep duration, subjective sleep quality. Whether you performed mild/WBTB/TMR, dream recall count, lucid occurrence, yes/no, lucidity depth rating, dream control rating, and a one-sentence description of the key dream insight or action. These metrics let you detect patterns and optimize the mix of techniques. A few caveats and safety considerations. Regular, moderate use of WBTB can temporarily fragment sleep and affect daytime alertness. Do not overuse it, especially if you need full cognitive performance the next day. If you have a diagnosed sleep disorder, epilepsy, or take medications that affect sleep architecture, consult a healthcare professional before intentionally disrupting sleep. Avoid unmoderated use of neurostimulation devices or drugs to induce lucidity. Stick to behavioral methods and gentle sensory cues. Manifestation through dream weaving is where intention meets the brain's natural theater. If Chapter 2 gave you the how, the sleep architecture, lucidity mechanics, and experimental protocols, this chapter is the what and the practical how-to for using lucid and non-lucid dreams as a generative problem-solving and manifestational tool. We'll cover how to craft intentions that the subconscious can act on, sensory and emotional anchoring techniques that increase the signal-to-noise ratio in dreams, concrete exercises to sculpt dream content, ways to translate dream experiences into waking results, and how to measure progress so you aren't relying on wishful thinking alone. The guiding principle is simple. The sleeping mind responds to salience. Vivid, emotionally charged, repeatedly rehearsed content is prioritized during sleep consolidation. That means two things. First, the more vivid and feeling rich your intention rehearsal, the more likely it will appear in dreams. Second, the more you integrate dream insights into waking behavior, the more dreams will reflect and reinforce those changes. Dream weaving is a loop. Set intention, seed dream content, experience and act on dream insights, then reseed stronger intentions. Designing intentions that the subconscious can follow. A good intention is concise, sensory, present tense, and emotionally anchored. Long, vague goals, "I want more money someday," are poor dream material. The subconscious prefers a short scene or action. Use first-person, present-tense sentences that describe a small, unambiguous outcome or symbol you can rehearse vividly. Examples: tonight I step into my creative studio and play the completed melody. Tonight I meet my future partner at a kitchen table and feel calm and sure. Tonight I open a bright door that represents a new job offer. Include one sensory anchor in the sentence. A smell, a sound, a tactile detail, or a color. Sensory detail helps the brain encode a stronger memory trace and makes targeted cueing more effective. Emotional anchoring. Emotion acts like fuel. When rehearsing an intention, cultivate the feeling you'd have after the intention is fulfilled. Gratitude, Relief, joy, and calm confidence are powerful. Don't fake broad emotions. Pick one precise, accessible feeling and amplify it. The combination of sensory detail and a single clear emotion makes the intention sticky. The 3-sense ritual, practical nightly primer. This short ritual is designed to be done 5 to 10 minutes before bed and takes about 3 to 6 minutes total. Write a one-line intention, present tense, first person. Read it aloud once, then close your eyes and visualize the one scene for 60 to 90 seconds, focusing on 3 senses: what you see, 1 sound, and 1 tactile feeling. While holding the scene, name the feeling exactly. I feel calm and grateful. Breathe into that feeling for 3 slow breaths, and repeat the intention phrase once more. Optionally, use a distinctive scent, essential oil on a tissue, or small tactile object, a smooth stone, during the ritual and keep it by the bedside. This ritual creates a compact, repeatable anchor that bands together intention, sensation, and emotion, ideal for TMR cueing and mild. Dream rehearsal and incubation. Dream rehearsal is not mental wishful thinking. It's a deliberate sensory rehearsal that primes the brain for incorporation. There are 2 complementary rehearsal windows useful for incubation. Pre-sleep rehearsal. Do the 3-sense ritual right before bed. This seeds the memory trace at the sleep threshold when prospective memory is most receptive. WBTB rehearsal. If you do awake back to bed, use the awake window to rehearse a 3 to 5 minute dream scene with maximum vividness and emotional tone, pairing it with your cue, sound, or scent. Then return to bed with mild or wild intent. If you use an audio cue, always pair the cue with rehearsal during waking. Play the cue every time you rehearse so the brain learns the association. Then present the cue gently during REM-rich windows to nudge incorporation. Using lucid action for manifestation. When lucidity occurs, the purpose shifts from passive observation to active interface. Lucidity gives you the ability to interact with dream content. Ask questions, perform symbolic acts, or rehearse desired outcomes inside the dream itself. If your intention is specific and rehearsed, a lucid dream is the best place to practice the embodied experience of success. Basic lucid manifestation protocol. Recognize your dreaming, lucidity. Stabilize. Ground yourself with spinning, rubbing hands, or strong sensory focus. Look at your hands, feel textures. State your intention in the dream in short commands. Show me the completed design, or open the door to the job. If the scene fails or isn't clear, try transformation techniques. Imagine the scene changing, summon a dream guide, or ask a dream figure for a sign. Anchor the experience. Find one concrete sensory detail, a sound, phrase, or object, and repeat it several times to strengthen the memory trace for waking recall. Working with dream figures and symbolic material. Gnostic and Hermetic traditions teach that dream figures are aspects of the self and can function as guides. When you approach a recurring figure, treat it as a source of information. Ask concise questions and request a demonstration rather than a long conversation. What does this symbol mean? Or, show me one step I can take tomorrow. If the dream figure resists, practice boundary setting. Name the boundary, ask the figure to step aside, or transform the figure, change its color, size, or shape until it cooperates. These operations shift narrative meaning and can rewire associations. Microintegration, converting dreams into action. A dream without integration is ephemera. The power of dream weaving is realized when dream insights produce waking behavior. Use a simple dream-to-action flow every morning. Immediately on waking, record the dream headline, one sentence, and one key symbol or insight. Write the simplest action you can take in the next 24 to 48 hours that reflects the dream insight. Make it tiny and specific. Send one email, sketch one idea, take one 5-minute walk to reflect. Execute that action within 24 to 48 hours and record the outcome. This micro-integration does two things. It reinforces the dream's relevance to waking life, and it trains the brain to prioritize similar content in future sleep cycles.
Mesuring manifestation outcome.
To avoid fuzzy interpretations, set measurable criteria before you try a manifestation experiment. Decide what success looks like and over what time frame. For example, creative manifestation. Success equals a usable draft of a song/idea within 7 days. Relationship manifestation. Success equals a clear conversation initiated by you within 14 days. Abundance manifestation. Success equals a measurable action, sent job application, negotiated contract, within 21 days. Record. Intention phrasing. Nights of rehearsal. Whether lucidity occurred, dream content, morning action taken, and outcome. Over multiple trials, you'll see patterns and be able to separate correlation from causation. Overcoming common obstacles. Blurred recall. If dreams fade on waking, practice immediate vocalization or a one-word anchor. Say one word aloud before writing. Keep a notebook and pen by the bed. Capture fragments quickly. Nightmares or negative scenes. Rescript before sleep. Visualize the nightmare scene but change one element to neutral or positive and rehearse it. If nightmares persist, reduce intensity of WBTB and consult a professional if trauma-related. Inconsistent lucidity. Focus on consistency of practice rather than intensity. Increase reality checks and journaling frequency. Small daily habits win over infrequent, long sessions. Ethics and boundaries. Dream work can surface unresolved emotional material. Approach dream weaving with curiosity, not force. Don't attempt to override another person's autonomy through dream manipulation fantasies. If you have severe psychological conditions, consult a licensed clinician before diving deeper. Use dream work for personal growth, creativity, healing, and practical problem solving, not coercion. Timeline and expectations. Manifestation through dream weaving is cumulative. Many people see small, meaningful shifts within 1 to 3 weeks of consistent practice. Larger, structural changes may take months. Expect variability. Biological rhythms, stress, and lifestyle affect dream content. The right metric is not immediate magical change, but the steady accrual of insight, creative output, and intentional actions seeded by dreams. A simple 3-night trial to try tonight. Night 1. Perform the 3-sense ritual with one clear intention.
Sleep normally. No WBTB.
Night 2. Repeat the ritual. Add 1 round of mild as you fall asleep. Night 3. If possible, schedule a short WBTB, 20 to 30 minutes, with a 3 to 5 minute rehearsal, then return to sleep intending lucidity. Use a gentle audio cue paired with your rehearsals and keep the cue near the bedside. Each morning, write 1 sentence describing the dream and 1 microaction you will take that day inspired by it. Closing note. Dream weaving for manifestation is a disciplined practice that blends imagination with measurable action. The dream state is not a wish-granting black box. It is an incubator for imagery, feeling, and symbolic rehearsal that shapes waking choices. When you learn to seed that incubator deliberately, stabilize the inner experience through lucidity or vivid recall, and convert insight into concrete behavior, you create a feedback loop that reshapes both nights and days. Over time, small nightly seeds can grow into meaningful changes in creativity, relationships, and circumstance. Obstacles are part of the practice. They're not failures, they're signals about what your system needs. In dream work, obstacles tend to fall into a few familiar categories. poor recall, fragmented dreams, nightmares or emotionally intense dreams, false awakenings, lucidity that fades too quickly, difficulty stabilizing once lucid, daytime sleepiness from technique misuse, and the disappointment of slow or inconsistent results. This chapter gives you a practical, science-informed toolkit for diagnosing and resolving these issues, plus mindset shifts that turn obstacles into opportunities for deeper work. Reframe obstacles as information. Before troubleshooting, change your relationship to the problem. Instead of seeing a weak dream recall or a nightmare as a setback, treat it like a data point. What does this pattern reveal about sleep, emotion, or rehearsal? Ancient gnosis teaches curiosity and dialoguing with inner symbols. Modern therapy treats symptoms as adaptive responses. Approach each obstacle with gentle curiosity and ask, when did this begin? What does it correlate with? Stress, diet, schedule? And what small, testable change can I make? Poor dream recall, strengthen the pathway. Problem: you wake with only fragments or no memory of dreams. Why it happens? Rapid awakening, grogginess, or lack of intention to remember. Recall is a skill tied to waking attention and the strength of memory encoding at sleep offset. Immediate capture ritual. Keep a notebook and pen by the bed. On waking, lie still and mentally replay the last images for 10 to 30 seconds before moving. Then write a headline and any fragments. Even one word helps anchor the trace. Vocal anchor. Say one keyword aloud before opening your eyes to lock the memory briefly. Set intention before sleep. Repeat a short phrase. I will remember my dreams 3 times, vividly imagining writing them down upon waking. Increase salience. Use a distinctive pre-sleep ritual, 3-sense ritual, so the brain tags the experience as important. Gradual exposure. If mornings are rushed, set an alarm 10 minutes earlier for writing. Building the habit restores recall reliably within days to weeks. Fragmented dreams and rapid waking. Problem: dreams feel chopped or you wake mid-dream then can't re-enter. Why it happens? Abrupt awakenings, sleep fragmentation, or being in a shallow NREM to REM transition.
Solution.
Gentle waking. Use a soft alarm or gradual light to reduce immediate jolt. Lie still and rehearse the last images before moving. Practice re-entry. Immediately after waking, try a 2 to 3 minute visualization of sinking back into the scene. This simple re-entry increases recall and continued narrative. Improve sleep continuity. Reduce caffeine, stabilize sleep schedule, and avoid screens right before bed. Better architecture yields fuller REM cycles. Nightmares and high-intensity negative dreams. Problem: recurring bad dreams or nightmares that disrupt sleep. Why it happens? Stress, unresolved trauma, medication effects, or wheelhouse memory reprocessing. The brain often rehearses emotionally charged material during REM. Imagery rehearsal therapy, IRT, an evidence-based method. During the day, write the nightmare in the present tense. Then deliberately imagine a revised, less frightening ending. Rehearse the new script for 5 to 10 minutes daily. Over weeks, many people report reduced nightmare frequency and intensity. Rescript before sleep. Visualize the nightmare scene and change one element to neutral or empowering. Make it as vivid as possible and anchor with a sensory detail. Limit WBTB intensity. If nightmares increase after WBTB, shorten the wake window or avoid that night. Balance is key. Emotional processing. Combine dream work with journaling, breath work, or therapy if dreams stem from trauma. Do not attempt deep trauma processing alone. Grounding anchors. If you wake from a nightmare, use a simple grounding sequence. 5 deep breaths. Name 5 objects around you. Touch the floor. To quickly reorient and then perform a calming visualization. False awakenings and the I thought I woke up loop. Problem: you dream that you woke up and begin your day inside the dream, then later truly wake and find a different sequence. Frustrating and disorienting. Why it happens: transitions between REM and micro-awakenings, perspective memory confusion.
Solution.
Train reality checks into morning routine. At the actual moment you wake, perform a quick reality check. Look at a clock twice. Try pushing finger through palm. Read a line of text. This builds a habit that helps you discern dream from waking. Use an anchor action. Upon waking, always perform a fixed micro-action. Sit up slowly, press thumb and forefinger together, say your name out loud. This creates a reliable marker of true wakefulness. If you suspect a false awakening, perform a multi-step check. Check light switches. Look at a watch twice. Attempt to breathe pinched nose. Multiple checks in sequence lower the chance of mistaking a dream for waking. Lucidity fades quickly or you lose control. Problem: you become lucid but soon fall back into non-lucidity or the dream dissolves. Why it happens: sudden high arousal, lack of stabilization practice, or low frontal engagement.
Solution.
Stabilization techniques. Immediately upon becoming lucid, slow your breathing, rub your hands, spin, or stare at your hands. These sensory acts anchor attention and increase dream vividness. Small, immediate goals. Don't try grand feats right away. Start with simple actions. Touch an object, count fingers, summon a color. Small wins stabilize the state. Vocal affirmations. In-dream self-talk helps maintain metacognition. I am dreaming. I will stay calm and be present. Sensory intensification. Ask the dream to increase sensory detail. Bring me a sound, or make the colors vivid. Then focus on those details to ground awareness. Repeat the intention. Restate your short rehearsal phrase inside the dream several times to sustain perspective memory. Sleepiness and cognitive effects from technique misuse. Problem: frequent WBTB or long wake windows create daytime sleepiness or reduced concentration. Why it happens: WBTB fragments deep sleep and reduces overall sleep efficiency.
Solution.
Use WBTB sparingly. Reserve it for nights when you can afford a bit of reduced morning performance, or schedule it for weekends if needed. Shorter awake windows. Try 15 to 30 minutes awake rather than an hour. Sometimes even a 10 to 15-minute window with focused rehearsal works. Prioritize total sleep. If you must practice frequently, adjust bedtime earlier to preserve total sleep hours. Monitor. Keep a simple daytime alertness log and pause intensive protocols if performance suffers. Spiritual or ethical discomfort and boundaries. Problem: feeling ethically uneasy about manipulating dream content or concerns about tampering with psyche. Why it happens: cultural, spiritual, or personal beliefs about dreaming and the unconscious.
Solution.
Intent check. Regularly ask yourself why you want this change and whether it respects your inner integrity and others' autonomy. Use compassion. Approach dream work as self-exploration and healing. Avoid fantasies of controlling or intruding into others' autonomy, even in dreams. Ground with integration. Always pair dream work with waking actions that align with your values. What to do when progress stalls. Problem: after early gains, practice plateaus. Why it happens: habituation, predictable rehearsal, or lack of variation.
Solution.
Vary cues and scenes. Change your sensory anchors or the specific scene you rehearse. Novelty resparks salience. Cycle techniques. Alternate periods focusing on recall, then a week focusing on stabilization, then a week with TMR. Reflect on lifestyle. Sleep quality, stress, diet, and exercise influence results. Small non-dream lifestyle changes often produce outsized gains. Reintroduce curiosity. Shift from a goal-oriented mindset to exploratory play for a week. Playful experiments often break plateaus. Practical troubleshooting checklist. Use as a mini-assessment. If recall is weak, strengthen immediate capture. Add vocal anchor. Set earlier alarm plus 10 minutes. If nightmares increase, reduce WBTB intensity. Start imagery rehearsal. Prioritize grounding. If false awakenings recur, add multi-step reality checks and morning anchor action. If lucidity fades, practice stabilization and sensory intensification. Aim for small in-dream tasks. If daytime function declines, reduce WBTB frequency, increase total sleep, pause intensive practices. Short scripts and phrases for rescripting and stabilization. Intention phrase for recall: I will remember my dreams. Repeat 3 times before sleep. Nightmare rescript starter. In this scene, I change the color/size of X to Y, and I walk through the door into calm. Rehearse daily. Lucidity stabilization mantra. I am dreaming. I am calm. I stay present. Repeat in dream. Micro-anchor on waking. I am awake now, spoken aloud. Plus press thumb and forefinger together. When to seek professional help. If dreams are persistently trauma-related, cause ongoing distress, or you have symptoms like excessive daytime sleepiness, sudden muscle weakness on waking, cataplexy, or unusual behaviors during sleep, consult a sleep specialist or licensed therapist. Dream work is powerful, but some material requires guided, professional integration. Final mindset: the obstacle as doorway. Every obstacle contains an embedded instruction. A recurring nightmare may point to an unresolved wound. A false awakening may highlight an overactive perspective memory. Fading lucidity may reveal emotional arousal thresholds. Use obstacles as experiments. Hypothesize a cause, test a small change, record outcomes, and iterate. This empirical, compassionate approach, mixing ancient curiosity with modern measurement, transforms frustration into progress. Over time, what first seemed like barriers become reliable clues that deepen your ability to navigate, heal, and manifest within the quantum dream state. Real-world results are where practice meets proof. In this chapter, we'll look at concrete examples, short case studies you can reproduce, and we'll also cover how to evaluate outcomes objectively, integrate what you learn from dreams into waking life, and the long-term benefits people report when they make dream work a steady practice. I'll give you practical replication protocols for each example so you can try them yourself, and I'll also point out how to control for bias so you don't mistake coincidence for causation. Case Study 1: The composer who completed the theme. A composer struggled for months with the bridge of a new piece. After 2 weeks of basic lucid practice, nightly dream journaling, daytime reality checks, and short mild rehearsals each night, she experienced a lucid dream in which she walked into a small studio and improvisationally played the missing bridge. She woke, transcribed the melody, and within 48 hours had a working draft that needed little revision. How you can replicate it: focus, a single, bounded creative problem, a melody, chord progression, or short lyric. Protocol: 14-day lucidity foundation, journal daily, 10 reality checks/day, nightly 5, 10-minute mild focused on the creative scene. Optional add-on: on nights 7 to 14, use a 5/7s unique audio cue paired with rehearsal and play the cue during later REM windows. Metric: number of nights with dream content related to the creative task. Number of usable ideas transcribed. Quality rating on a 1 to 5 scale after refinement. Expected outcome: many creators report at least one actionable idea by week 2. Lucidity increases the probability of vivid, rehearsable scenes. Case Study 2: The entrepreneur's breakthrough. An entrepreneur hit a technical and strategic impasse. He set a single problem statement before bed, did a 30-minute focused rehearsal during a WBTB session, then returned to sleep using mild. In a lucid dream, he visualized a particular user flow and the key metric that would change. The next day, he sketched the flow, implemented a small A/B test, and saw a measurable improvement in conversion within a week. How you can replicate it. Focus. One specific business problem with a clear, measurable metric, conversion, cost per acquisition, step in funnel. Protocol. One targeted WBTB night after a baseline of consistent journaling for at least 3 days. Wake after 5 hours. Spend 20 to 40 minutes rehearsing the problem. Return to bed with the intention to become lucid and test a solution. Metric. Did the dream provide a specific insight? Implement the smallest possible test informed by the dream and measure effect over a predetermined window, e.g. 1 week. Expected outcome. Lucid dream insights often provide structural or framing ideas that lead to low-effort/high-leverage experiments. Case Study 3, the relationship reframe. A person struggling with recurring conflict used dream work for emotional insight. After practicing nightly 3-sense rituals aimed at a calming, compassionate scene and doing imagery rehearsal to rescript a frequent nightmare about rejection, she began to experience less intense dream reactions and one lucid conversation with a dream figure that crystallized an approach she could try in waking life. She tested a single behavioral change, a different way of opening difficult conversations, and noticed a qualitative shift in responses over 2 weeks. How you can replicate it. Focus. A recurring emotional pattern or relationship dynamic. Protocol. Combine imagery rehearsal therapy to rescript negative scenes, nightly 3-sense rituals with calming anchors, and avoid frequent WBTB that could intensify emotion. If lucid dreams appear, use them to practice new behaviors with dream figures. Metric. Frequency and intensity of the recurring dream. Number of waking interactions where you tried the new behavior. Subjective change rating after 2 weeks. Expected outcome. Emotional rescripting and micro-integration lead to measurable interpersonal changes when paired with small, repeatable behavioral experiments. Case Study 4, the athlete's micro-optimization. An athlete used lucid visualization in dreams to refine a movement sequence. Over a month of consistent practice, pre-sleep motor imagery, a light WBTB once per week, and mild focused on the movement, he reported improved confidence and faster motor learning during practice sessions. Objective training times improved by a small but statistically meaningful margin across repeated trials. How you can replicate it. Focus. A single motor skill or sequence. Protocol. Combine daytime motor imagery practice with nightly 3-sense rituals that include tactile and proprioceptive details, and attempt a weekly WBTB to embed the rehearsal into REM. Use mild to increase lucidity probability. Metric. Baseline performance on the chosen metric. Improvements after 2 to 4 weeks. Subjective confidence ratings. Expected outcome. REM and sleep consolidation support procedural learning. Dream rehearsal can complement waking training for marginal gains. Evaluating anecdotal claims. Controlling for bias. Human memory loves narratives, and we're prone to confirmation bias. To evaluate whether dream work actually caused a change, use simple experimental hygiene. Baseline. Record the baseline for at least 3 days before you start the targeted protocol. Dream recall. Problem status. Creative output metrics. Predefine success. Decide before you begin what will count as evidence. A completed melody, a measurable uplift in a metric, a conversation started. Controls. Alternate nights with and without cueing or intensive practices where possible. For example, do targeted cueing 3 nights on, 3 nights off, and track differences. Replication. Repeat the protocol across similar problems or across multiple participants. Single incidents are interesting. Replicable trends are persuasive. Documentation. Keep a structured log with dates, techniques used, dream content summaries, and the immediate waking action taken. Integrating dream insights into waking life. Dreams are raw, symbolic, sometimes cryptic. Integration converts insight into effect. Use a repeatable flow. Capture. Write a one-sentence headline and one key sensory detail immediately on waking. Translate. Ask yourself, what one small action would honor this insight? Convert symbolic images into concrete tests. A mail to send, a sketch to draft, a phrase to say. Execute. Do that action within 24 to 48 hours. Record. Note the outcome and any follow-up. If nothing happened, reflect on why and adapt the next night's rehearsal. For example, if a dream shows you opening a green door and feeling relief, the action might be to research one job opening, send one message, or schedule a short conversation that moves a stalled issue forward. The action needn't be huge. It must be specific and doable. Community and testimonial design. Real-world validation scales when communities share structured reports. If you run a channel or group, ask followers to submit short, standardized case reports. Intention phrase, nights practiced, techniques used, dream headline, waking action, and measurable outcome. Curated community reports both generate social proof and create a resource for pattern detection across many users. Long-term benefits and underlying mechanisms. People who practice lucid and intentional dream work over months report several durable benefits. Enhanced creativity. REM sleep fosters associative processing and metaphor formation. Repeated dream rehearsal trains the mind to make novel connections. Improved problem solving. Incubated problems often reappear with new structure. Dreams create recombinations that waking thought hasn't considered. Better emotional resilience. Processing difficult material in safe, symbolic spaces reduces intensity and improves regulation. Stronger metacognition. Repeated lucidity increases self-awareness and the capacity to notice thought patterns in waking life. Habit change and micro-behavioral shifts. The dream-to-action loop creates small, consistent behavior changes that compound over time. The neural story is straightforward enough. Sleep consolidates memory and reorganizes networks. REM supports integrative, associative processing. Frontal activation during lucidity brings metacognitive control. Over repeated cycles, these processes consolidate both new memories and new ways of being, which is why steady practice yields cumulative effects. Cautions and ethical notes. Not every dream insight is literal. Be cautious about over-interpreting symbolic material. If your dreams surface traumatic material or provoke ongoing distress, seek professional help. Don't use dream work as an alternative to necessary real-world action. Dream insights should inform and inspire behavior, not replace it. Respect boundaries. Don't attempt to manifest actions that manipulate others against their will. Use dream work to refine your choices, not to control others. A final reproducible experiment, community replication model. If you want to test manifestational claims rigorously, try a small group replication. Form a group of 10 to 20 participants. Agree on a simple, measurable target, e.g., each participant will attempt to produce one usable idea for a creative task within 2 weeks. Standardize the protocol. Baseline dream logs for 3 days, then 14 days of journaling plus daily reality checks plus nightly mild plus optional TMR queuing. Collect structured reports. Nights practiced, lucid occurrences, ideas produced, and whether the idea led to a completed microaction. Analyze results. Count the number of participants who achieved the predefined outcome versus baseline expectation. This kind of small n replication can separate interesting signal from random luck and build real confidence in the method. Closing encouragement. Real-world quantum results aren't always cinematic. Most are incremental, actionable shifts that accumulate into meaningful change. The composer's melody, the entrepreneur's flow tweak, the person who re-scripted a nightmare. These are practical examples of how inner rehearsal translates into outer action. Track your outcomes rigorously, integrate insights immediately, and treat each dream as an experiment. Over weeks and months, you'll build not just lucid nights, but a waking practice that uses the intelligence of sleep to expand creativity, solve problems, and deepen emotional resilience. If you're ready, the next chapter will show you a step-by-step blueprint and a 7-day starter challenge to begin your own sequence of measurable results. Now that you've learned the science, techniques, and real-world examples, this chapter gives you a compact, daily blueprint to turn nightly practice into waking change. Use it as a living routine, follow it for a week, record results, then refine. The goal is consistency and integration, small, repeatable actions that make dreams meaningful and actionable. Morning routine, the integration hinge. On waking, stay still for 10 to 30 seconds and mentally replay any images or feelings from the dream. This quiet replay is the single most important step for recall. Write a one-line headline for the dream and one sensory detail, color, sound, smell, or tactile sensation. Keep this short so it actually gets done. Add one immediate micro-action that reflects the dream insight, one concrete step you can take in the next 24 hours. Make it tiny and clearly actionable. Send one message, sketch one idea, make one phone call. Rate 2 things briefly: dream vividness, 1 to 5, and emotional tone, positive/neutral/negative. These 2 metrics let you spot trends quickly. Daytime practices, priming and perspective memory. Perform 8 to 12 reality checks spread through the day. Make them automatic and brief. The habit increases the chance of a daytime to nighttime carryover. Carry a pocket cue, a small object, a phrase, or a scent that you used in your pre-sleep rehearsal. Touch or smell it twice daily and re-say your intention in one sentence. This strengthens the association. Do one 5-minute visualization rehearsal mid-afternoon. Imagine the same scene you use at night, emphasize one sensory detail, and feel the intended emotion. Short, repeated reinforcements outperform long, infrequent sessions. Pre-sleep ritual, 5 to 10 minutes. Do the 3-sense ritual. Write your one-line intention, present tense. Read it aloud, visualize for 60 to 90 seconds focusing on one visual, one sound, and one tactile detail, and breathe into a single anchoring emotion. Optionally pair with a unique audio cue or scent. If you use a sound, always play it while rehearsing so the association forms during waking memory encoding. Repeat a short intention phrase 3 times, e.g., "Tonight I will realize I'm dreaming and open the green door." Be concise and sensory. Sleep timing and WBTB guidance. Prioritize consistent total sleep. Aim for 7 to 9 hours on most nights. Use WBTB sparingly and strategically, ideally midweek or on a night when you can afford a slightly later morning. If you do WBTB, keep the awake window to 15 to 30 minutes and use it for focused, sensory rehearsal rather than screen scrolling. If you plan to use an audio cue during the night, set it for REM-rich windows, approximately 90 to 120 minutes after sleep onset, and then at roughly 90-minute intervals for a few cycles. Keep volume gentle. Nightly logging and weekly review. Keep a simple log with these columns. Date, sleep hours, did I rehearse? Y/N. Cue used?
y/N. Dream headline, lucid.
Y/N. Micro-action taken. Outcome. At the end of the week, review trends. Increases in recall, nights with the cue versus nights without, and which micro-actions produced measurable results. Adjust your next week's intention based on patterns. Micro-integration follow-through. Convert each dream insight into a single, testable behavior. If the dream gives a symbolic cue, translate it into a harmless experiment. For example, a dream about a green door research one job opening. A dream of a musician playing a bridge transcribe one 30-second motif. Execute the micro-action within 24 to 48 hours. The speed of follow-through trains the brain to treat dreams as meaningful inputs and strengthens future incorporation. Measuring progress, practical metrics. Weekly metrics to track. Dream recall count per week, lucid occurrences per week, number of micro-actions executed, and number of micro-actions that led to measurable outcomes. Use simple thresholds, e.g., if I get at least 1 lucid dream and 2 actionable dream insights in 14 days, consider the protocol effective. Adjust thresholds to match your goals. Community and resources for deeper practice. Read foundational and practical guides on lucid dreaming and dream yoga to deepen technique and context. Look for well-regarded works on lucid induction, dream incubation, and Tibetan dream practices. Join focus communities where members share structured reports and small N experiments. Public accountability and shared templates speed learning and help you distinguish signal from coincidence. Use sleep and cueing apps carefully and keep them passive. They should assist rehearsal, not replace it. Safety and ethical reminders. Don't excessively fragment sleep for short-term gains. If daytime alertness drops, scale back WBTB frequency or shorten awake windows. If dreams surface trauma or produce persistent distress, pause intensive practices and consult a licensed clinician or sleep specialist. Use dream techniques for personal growth and creative problem-solving, not to manipulate others or bypass real-world responsibilities. 7-day starter, condensed. Day 1, start a dream journal. Do the 3 sense ritual with 1 clear intention. Day 2, add 6 to 8 reality checks throughout the day. Repeat the ritual at night. Day 3, continue journaling and reality checks. Add nightly mild for 5 minutes. Day 4, if possible, do a short WBTB, 15 to 30 minutes, with rehearsal, then return to bed. Day 5, add a gentle audio cue during rehearsals and pair it with the ritual. Day 6, focus on micro-integration. Perform 1 micro-action inspired by a dream. Day 7, weekly review. Examine the log, compare metrics, and set the next week's intention. Closing invitation. Treat this blueprint as an experiment on yourself. Small, consistent practices create a feedback loop. Clearer dreams lead to clearer actions, and clearer actions reshape dreams. Try the 7-day starter, record the results, and iterate. Your sleeping mind is a powerful collaborator. Give it clear instructions, integrate what it returns, and watch the possibilities shift. We've journeyed from ancient dream teachings to modern sleep science, and now this is your compact closing, a clear invitation to begin tonight. Quick recap. Dreams are a vivid, active theater where memory, emotion, and imagination meet. Lucidity is a trainable state. Reality checks, dream journaling, and mild bring waking awareness into REM. Targeted incubation. Pairing a concise, sensory-rich intention with rehearsal and a gentle cue biases the sleeping mind to focus on what matters. Manifestation through dream weaving is practical. Seed a clear scene, stabilize awareness in the dream, then convert what you learn into 1 small waking action. Final practical tips. Keep it tiny and consistent. 1 sentence in your journal, 1 sensory detail, 1 micro-action each day. Make intentions first person, present tense, and sensory, short and specific. Prioritize total sleep. If daytime alertness drops, scale back WBTB or shorten awake windows. Measure simply. Count dream recalls, lucid nights, and micro-actions executed. Treat results as data, not miracles. A simple practice to try tonight. Write one clear intention in a single sentence. For example, tonight I open the blue door and feel calm and certain. Do the 3-sense ritual for about 90 seconds. Read the line aloud, visualize the scene, focus on one sound or tactile detail, and breathe into the feeling. Place your journal and pen by the bed and repeat quietly, I will remember and act on tonight's dream. If you plan WBTB, set a gentle alarm for 4.5 to 6 hours and keep your awake window short and focused on rehearsal. On waking, lie still for 10 to 30 seconds. Replay any images. Write a one-line headline and one tiny action to take within 48 hours. A brief word on obstacles and safety. Inconsistency is normal. Night blankness, false awakenings, or vivid nightmares are data to be worked with, not signs of failure. If dreams surface trauma or cause persistent distress, pause intensive practice and consult a clinician. Never use dream work to manipulate others. Use it for healing, creativity, and intentional living. Invitation. Plant one seed tonight. Try the short ritual, write your line, and commit to one small action within 48 hours. If you're doing the 7-day challenge, mark day 1 now and keep your log simple. Share one sentence about your intention if you'd like. Curiosity over attachment. The sleeping mind is a collaborator. Speak clearly, rehearse with feeling, act quickly on insights, and over time your nights will begin to shape your days. Step through the doorway. If you liked this episode, subscribe, like, and share with your friends. May the light be with you,